Hi there, and welcome to High Frequency Bubble. I'm Vera, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. This podcast is all about personal growth and tapping into your potential. Whether you're already into self-improvement or just getting started, we have something for you here. In each episode, we'll explore different ways to understand yourself better, harness the infinite possibilities available to you, and learn practical tools to elevate your life. I truly believe we are all capable of amazing things. We just need a little guidance sometimes, that little nudge to remember who we really are. So if you're looking to shake things up, try new approaches, and maybe surprise yourself with what you can do, all while keeping it real and having some fun, then stick around. We are about to kick off this episode today, so let's get into it. Hello and welcome back, my beautiful souls, to another episode in High Frequency Bubble. It's me, Vera, here. And we have a very big topic today to talk about. And we're going to be talking about worthiness, how to embrace your true value, and how it's actually just good to just be. And today I have with me Stuti from India. And it's beautiful how people can meet, and when they are here to make big things in the world, the universe is just bringing them towards you. And today I have Stuti that she would like to share her story, how she embraced her true value in the worthiness. So welcome, Stuti. Hi, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much, Vera. First of all, I'm really, really grateful that you invited me on your show and how beautifully you connected via threads. Like, it was great. So, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Let's see what we can talk. We can deep dive into deeper topics. So, yes, I'm so ready for it.
So good. Yeah, you know what? I would like to talk with you about the topic. Can you just tell us maybe something more about yourself, who you are, where do you live? Because that's also for me, I love meeting women, people, from different parts of the world. And then we can basically hear as a consciousness, right? So, yeah.
So basically, for listeners and for you, I'm Stuti Gogia. I live in India, specifically in Delhi NCR region, which is the capital region of India. And I'm working as a project manager in one of the multinational companies. Apart from that, like I'm doing this corporate job from past many years now, 15, 16 years. And very initially in my life, I realized that I am not getting the kind of contentment from my professional journey, so I started exploring myself side by side, like traveling to places, doing certain things, creating content. And now lately I've started doing podcasts as well. I'm a writer too. I've um, written 2 books on Amazon Kindle. So basically these are few parts of my personality. I like being human. You can deep dive into yourself and can create few things, and especially being feminine, like your intrigue qualities to create. So yeah, that's a bit about me. I mean, if you have something more, I can tell you more on that, but that's like a very high level introduction about me.
So, yeah, can you can you tell us one of the stories where you realized how worthy you are? But in that, because you're an author of 2 books, you're doing so many incredible things. So when you realize that that's the worthiness, I am the author, what's changed for you?
So I'll tell you this incident which happened to me around 8 years back, 7 years back. I was going through a bad time, maybe I would say breakup of a relationship kind of. So I'm going through that. It's been like it's 2000, it was 2016 or 15. I think 16. So it was back then, and I with the help of someone, I got to know about this site named Quora, right? And this is a site where people write answers and questions and all that stuff. So while I was going through that site and there was this question that came in, and randomly I answered that question, and it was night, I think 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And I wrote that answer and I shut my laptop, and the next day I woke up, the answer went viral, and I had, I don't know, maybe around 500 DMs in my inbox that day, like people direct messaging me from various part of world and India also. So in just that moment, I realized how much powerful or worthy can your words be. So that's like very small incident that happened with me years back that kind of pushed a trigger for me, that on a human level you have a lot of capacity to do different stuff. So uh, that was, you were asking about a story, so that's a story long back. And then obviously there were multiple incidents throughout my life where I realized that obviously you as a human has an infinite capacity to do things, to explore the your various aspects of your personality, and can do bigger things, or things that help people, maybe, where which we call as soul purpose now, or which we call as living a purposeful life, living a life with intentions, on those lines. So yeah, that's one of the stories of my life. I still write on Quora, and later in later years I've started, like, Quora started paying as well. So now I get paid writing on Quora, but at that time it was free, and that kind of incident changed my life to a bigger extent.
How how did you overcome the the blockages and the doubts? Because this happened for you overnight, but I believe it's like this beautiful butterfly. When we are growing, it's stages, it's a process. And what kind of blockages did you have to overcome?
There were a lot. There were a lot. There was a lot of self doubts. First of all, a lot of self doubt, a lot of underconfident underconfidence I used to carry about myself, a lot of insecurities which still are there, but I think I found a process to get out of it. So I can tell you my pointers, but the main were like, you get fearful very easily, like you are very much living in the survival mode of what happens if this happens, what can be the outcome of these basic fear survival strategies that we go through. And then a lot of uncertainties of life, like what, I mean, you don't know what is happening next year, next month, in upcoming days. Then you get into that survival mode of that you are unsupported, you feel insecure about yourself. So a lot of those things were there. I would call them in blockages of chakras, as well as we all know the energy centers of body. So different chakra used to, like, I had obviously mostly all of them as blocked, and then one by one I started working on it. So what helped me in the journey, two, three, four major pointers which I want to tell is, first is self reflection. Like, we need to do a lot of inner work which help us in overcoming our wounds and help us heal. So there is a lot of self reflection that goes in. So one major pointer which is, like, I think everyone should start their journey with, is self reflection. Like, when are they feeling fearful, what is that is making them sad. Firstly, as human, we need to identify our emotions. Most of the life we don't know our emotions. So I'll tell you this example. One of this lady came to me a few days back, and she was telling me that, Stuti, I'm feeling stressed. Stuti, I'm feeling stressed. I was like, wait, give me 2 minutes. You are not stressed. You are sad. You have not felt happiness in longest of your time, right? We human are not even like, these days humans are not even able to identify their emotions. So she was basically naming sadness as stress. So I just told her that, wait, like, you are not stressed, you are sad. So the point is, firstly we need to start identifying our emotion, that this is something which I feel joyful about, this is something which makes me sad, this is something which I feel angry about. So once we start boxing that emotion, uh, we will be able to make them, like, we will be able to articulate our thought in much better way. That's what I feel. So in generic today's what people say that I'm happy or I'm not happy, these are not the major emotions. The emotions are sadness, joyfulness, feeling overwhelmed, sometimes sorrow as well. Sorrow and sadness is different, happiness and joy is different. So we need to start boxing our emotions. So a lot of self reflection goes. So when we start identify our trigger, that this is something which is making me angry, this is something which is making me feel jealous, or I'm feeling guilt out of this. So we start identifying as per the energy chart where we lie. Then we can obviously alchemize that energy to the higher energetic levels, which are learning, knowledge, love, and much more out of that, like on the chart if we go on the higher level. So the self reflection is the first thing. The second thing which I want to talk about is positive affirmations. So we talk like 90%.
Hold on, I'm gonna just stop you here for a minute. I'm gonna stop you here for a minute because feel I feel that it's very exciting and important to talk about emotions. Because I was listening when you were talking, I was like listening, I was like thinking that's actually very interesting because you are a Reiki master. Myself, I'm a practitioner as well. So I've got my own practice with the Reiki. We know how the Reiki is, the energies and all that. And actually, that was so interesting for me when you said that, to put the feelings into the other boxes. So, how you feel joyful. But, guys, that's not even it. Think of it like this: you can feel joyful in your body, you can go deeper than that. But having the acknowledgement and putting the right emotion to the box, it's amazing. It's like, I've got a picture in my head right now when I'm going to the closet and the closet is full of shoe boxes, okay? And I have to match the best Louis Vuittons to that box that I want to put them in there. And it's the same with Dior's, the same with Gabbana's, whatever the names they're gonna be, or it's gonna be sadness, if it's gonna be happiness, if it's gonna be joyfulness. But if you can imagine this beautiful closet of yours, that you get to name the emotion and put them to the right boxes where you want to keep them. But it's the same gonna be with your body. You're gonna keep the same emotions in your body. That's why we are saying to regulate. That's what Stuti said, like regulate yourself with the emotional balance first, because emotional balance and being able to talk about the emotion where you're experiencing, then you can go and say like, hey, Scooby-Doo, what is it teaching me here right now in that moment? Why do I need this? And then you can go on the very deep self discovery. And I wanted to say that here, that when you're feeling something, lean into it. Lean into the feeling. Let it be, let it allow, let it move through you. And then if you need a hug, if you need to dance, if you need to sing because this feels good as a release, do it. You're a free spirit. Take yourself out for a walk. Hug a tree. I know that sounds horrendous. Hug a tree. I love hugging the trees and I love talking with trees. I don't mind this, right? Yeah, so you see the emotional regulation, the emotional stimulation, and the emotional nervous system regulation, because that's where we are going towards nervous system regulation, but we have to know the boxes of the emotion. I love that. I just love it what you said. Let's go. What's the next step? So we've got the in the boxes. We've got the emotional labels. What's next?
The next in my list is positive affirmation. So 90% of time you are talking to yourself. And previously I used to so much do of negative self talking, like I'm this, I'm that, I'm not good, the some of the insecurity that this is not something good in me. I was obese also in like very initial years of my life. So I used to say I'm fat, I don't look good. So constantly if you're feeding your mind those negative things or negative self talk, you will dwell into those, right? You have to constantly positively affirm yourself that I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I can do anything. You have to constantly remind yourself, like you talk to other people, like you talk to people around you, or when you are being kind to people around you. Similarly, you have to be very kind with yourself, because 90% in your head you are talking to yourself, only 10% of time you're talking to people outside yourself. So which is something which can make and break a lot of emotions for you. Like if I constantly keep saying myself that I'm joyful, I'm happy, at some point of time I'll start feeling that joy, right? So I'll tell you one more example is in this. When I started doing positive affirmations, I used to say I'm beautiful. For longest of time, I didn't believe that. I was just saying for the sake of saying it. But eventually, I started accepting that these are my flaws, but flaws are also beautiful. And that is okay. I'm still beautiful. So it took me a long time to understand that uh, beauty does not mean perfection. Beauty just means that you are able to accept yourself with who you are. And if you want to change something, go ahead, change it. If you don't, then it's okay, it's fine. So I think positive affirmation is my second pointer. You tell me your thoughts on this.
Mm. I In the Awaken, we've got a customized affirmation program where we are teaching you how to create your own personalized one. And I'm gonna say why, because I agree with you. So I'm gonna tell you a story about the affirmation, how it was and what's happened for me. But when we are keep repeating the same affirmation, I believe it's 756 times you have to repeat the certain statement to become a belief. So imagine this, how many negative beliefs or the beliefs that they were keeping you safe we have. And sometimes we will need to repeat the same belief to be stored in your head and in your DNA. And then you're gonna rapidly make it more impactful when you're gonna put the vibration behind it, because you're gonna put the belief and the feelings. So 100%, I love the affirmations. And I when I remember this because it was a very funny story with affirmations. So funny, not funny. I was doing the affirmation in the subliminals, and this is something what I'm doing every single day, guys. Like affirmations for me is number one. I'm getting up in the morning, and as you said, the self-talk. I'm working in the mirror. The divine mirror always works. I'm putting the affirmation. I'm saying the affirmations out loud. I'm fully feeling them on my body where they are. Mm, and that's my self-talk. And with the subliminals, I was doing a very long time. So I think like I'm doing this process for more than a year for sure. But it was the breaks when I was taking a break, and then my routine was breaking up, and then I was coming out of the patterns, I was coming out of the consistency, so I was going the other way. And I realized that I haven't been listening to my affirmations or my subliminals for longer than 21 days. And that showed to me that massive, huge difference what I had and how I felt. Because to be honest with you, I was in a very dark space because I was going through that transmission where I understood that the low vibrational feelings, what we are feeling, they're only in this 3D plane where only materialistic kind of things they matter, right? Like materialistic, that's, you know what I mean. And then in the in the 5D, it's the feelings what they matter. It's who you truly are and how you're gonna believe about yourself. And that was very dark space. And I remember, and I was like, holy shit, I had to say this to people. Like, you need to be 21 days constantly on that higher vibe, on that higher vibe booster, because if not, the self-talk, any affirmation what you're gonna be doing is gonna go down, because the vibrational is not gonna be the same frequency. It's gonna be the lack. So having your positive affirmation, positive statements about yourself, plus fully believe in it, like it works amazingly. Like it's amazing how it works, because you finally, the people that we are here, you already guys know that you're on the different journey. Like you already know that it's more than playing small and feeling safe in your body, because feeling safe is not good. I mean, not it's not making you grow. Maybe not like this. Feeling safe and still making the moves that they are letting you expand. That's what feels, going. So positive affirmations, 100%. I love them. The mirror talk, the self talk. I agree. Yeah. So we have, okay, so look at this. So we have shoe boxes in our closet with just the emotions in the box. We've got the divine mirror, which is the self-talk with yourself and saying the positive affirmations. What's next?
The next in my list is being grateful, like practice gratitude. And I think this is what everybody talks about, which is like being grateful. Uh, Once you are grateful for what you already have, you create space for more of that in your life, right? If I'm constantly grateful that I like this, I like doing podcast, how beautiful is that I'm doing a podcast with Vera here. A universe will be give me more opportunities of doing podcasts with great people, with good people, with people who are doing great conversations. So it's like practice gratitude, so that you can amplify what you already have. So if I'm grateful for that, I'm feeling grateful because I can feel joy. I'm feeling grateful because I'm happy. So universe will amplify those emotions for me, right? So one of I know it's not like very key pointers, but this is indeed one of the very key pointers for creating worthiness and creating that positivity in your aura and your life. So one of them is those as well for me specifically.
Yeah, yeah, no, the gratitude is definitely the key, and definitely that's what I feel, um, like what we are talking about here right now, guys, is like basically your your routine, what you can use every single day here to tap yourself to that gratitude, to segregate and match your feelings to your shoes, to your boxes, right? And then to have that beautiful self-talk with yourself and telling you and being so grateful. Look how far look how far you came. And this is only just the beginning of it. And you're already here and you're enjoying that journey because you know how this joy feels. Because your belief it's so unwavered, it's like unshaking fucking bull that you know that you are going to the higher timeline, that this is where you are right now on your transmission. It's only a transmission, it's only time when you are fully getting prepared for that next step. That's why we can't have people that they are millionaires overnight. That's why we can't have people that they are doctors overnight, because they are getting ready. But think of it like this: every person, not maybe every person that is on that journey is about the mindset, how they're gonna treat themselves and how they're gonna treat others, and about that beautiful journey that we are having, and how worthy you feel to do these three little steps, because they are nothing. Like, that doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to ask no one to do it for you. You just have to say to yourself, show up for yourself, show how worthy you are to be here to experience this. This Anyone can do it, right? So yeah.
And the next and which I think you will truly agree because you are into this business is seeking support. So many people must be coming for you for that mentorship, for that support, for to be attached with you. And I've done the same in my past as well. I think which is this is very really like important to feel very worthy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very important. Yeah, sorry, something weird. Yes, well, sorry, something was in my coffee. I was like, what is this? Oh my no. Okay, anyway, talking about talking about getting a support. We all need support. That's a beautiful thing. And as much support, hold on, let me have a sip. As much support you have, the more you can go in yourself, because you have people that they've been in that corner, because you have people that went through it. And you see, A lot of us, we've been told that, oh, we have to do everything by ourselves. I remember, like, even like my mom or my grandma, they're like, no, 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 I've got this. Like, we don't need to do, like, no, no, you sit down. No, we'll do it. You don't need to do it. So yeah, exactly. So we were like, no, no, I've got this. We were very strong, very independent, and we have been then this warrior women that okay, I'm gonna do it, and if I'm going this by myself, it means that I'm the best. No, this time it's over. We are here to be more in the queen's energy and to allow things to come to us, and if that support is needed, it's honestly, it's nothing bad to ask for help. It's the same if I'm gonna call you today and I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm moving out tomorrow, can you come and help me with a couple of the boxes? It's so simple and it's so easy. It's the same here. Ask and it's gonna be given to you. That so but we need to learn how to ask. Are we worthy enough? Do I feel? It doesn't mean if I'm gonna ask someone, it means that I failed, or what's going on? What kind of, again, we're coming back to the shoe and the boxes. What kind of feeling, what kind of emotion is giving to me this? So support, give yourself a support in the communities. I mean, you are here already, so you've got the community, you've got the people around you, and all the guests that they are coming here. We're all supporting one of another. We are all coming here. We are all asking the questions, like we are only humans. It doesn't matter how rich and how much we're gonna have. It doesn't matter the color of the skin, where we are from the world. In the end of the day, we're gonna be experiencing different worthiness where we are in the world, because maybe we're gonna have more gratitude what we already have, right? So this is a big topic here, and I love how you said that, about getting yourself that support on the worthiness, and if you need it. You see, um, the worthiness is is something that you know, and it's something that you always got when you've born here. Worthiness, it's something that you had it from the first days when you came here, to see the sun, to see the sky, to see the beautiful people, to see the dogs, to have all the experiences that you are having right now. You were so worthy of that from day one, as I said, and keeping yourself to the gratitude of that worthiness, it's gonna complete your cycle. You're gonna become a vibrational match to your gratitude. You, right? Because when you when you're gonna be in that gratitude, that worthiness that you are here, like guys, we are going so deep. This is very deep of the feelings. How? Because we have the gratitude is not like, oh, I'm being grateful. Is this fully internal, one big light for you here? We are all light, right? So it's so much light in you that you are becoming that much, that gratitude, that worthiness. This is all merging together, that love that you are. Because the blocks, whatever blocks we had with our old, outdated beliefs, they are there. They are going in the process. So becoming worthy of it all. Of it all, I'm talking about the blockages as well, that we're gonna talk about the common challenges, but becoming worthy of it. And talking about challenges and common blocks, because, well, we've got external validation, we've got impost syndromes, we've got post trauma and conditioning, right? So we know, we know, because we're when we are younger, we are actually seeing things through our own eyes, and everything is becoming a threat for us. So when we're gonna be talking about traumas here, every fucking thing was a trauma if your brain reacted on this like that, because that's what your brain thought, that it wasn't safe for you. Even if it's gonna be a stupid spider or something, it's gonna happen. If the brain so it's like, oh, and then for example you harm yourself when you go and out, then you will be thinking like, oh, so this might happen again, so maybe I shouldn't be touching this, you know, this whatever it was, right? I can't. I lost. Yeah, lost my phone. So let's talk about it. Who's looking for the validation and when they are looking for that? What is that imposter syndrome? Let's talk about that.
I think we look for external validation when we are not sure and when we are less confident about. For me, I think it's a blockage of solar plexus, the third lower chakra, where you feel that you are not worthy enough, and you want an external validation or someone to constantly tell you that you are okay, you look good, you are doing fine, or you are worthy of getting love, or you deserve more things. I mean, you constantly want that from outside yourself rather than saying it to yourself or getting by yourself. So, as per me, that's that. But what do you think? Or there could be some inner child issues as well. What has happened in your past or childhood, or maybe you have not get gotten that validation from your parents or teachers or friends or partner, maybe in past. So that could be some inner child, or I mean, in your ages of growing, you have that trauma or blockage.
Hmm. I feel, we are all very different, and we, of course, we're gonna have some similar traits that they're gonna that they're gonna be mirroring, so mirrored to us, right? And for sure, looking for the external validation is a big one. I mean, look nowadays what is happening around the people. Like, we're gonna go and ask your friend when you're gonna. Oh my day! Think of it like this. Do you remember when you were going out with your friend and you were like, that was my age, is when I was like, I don't know, 16 or 13, whatever. We were going to shopping malls and we were getting the shopping, and or you were going out with your mom and you were like, when you were asking, so how do I look in this? That's the freaking validation. That's the freaking validation. And you know what? Whenever we've been going when we were younger, we always ask someone, "Can I have this?" Or "Do I look this? Do I look okay in this?" Like that's the validation from the day one. You want to belong somewhere. That's why you're gonna ask. And there's nothing bad, nothing good. It's okay. It's okay to have that. It's okay to go through it. But it's now for you to start choosing yourself and how you want to perceive that validation and how you can validate yourself on making that good choice, because the validation you have to affirm to yourself. I validate myself for my decisions feels good for me. I am a good decision maker, right? That's how you're gonna validate yourself and give that self-worth to your freaking self. You can become that one light, so you can have all the ingredients in your lovely sparkle light inside you, right? The imposter syndrome, we are doing this with you here anyway. The imposter syndrome, because when we are talking here with you, what we are doing, we are reframing the mindset. So we're telling you in a different way. So the mind can identify the trigger, feel them somewhere because maybe you can resonate, and then bring the awareness so you can reframe your mindset. So this is happening for you here just for free and shit can give. So
Yes. And this also adds to one of which the point which I maybe we didn't talk about is practice mindfulness. You have to practice mindfulness. That's what it sums to.
but what do you mean by mindfulness?
I mean, you have to be aware of. what you are asking and why you are asking. So supposedly, if I'm constantly saying that how I'm looking, if I be mindful and ask myself why I am asking this, then I will be doing a self reflection and understanding that I'm doing this because I am still looking for an external validation. And there is a difference. In generically, you can ask, like, from sometimes you ask your friend, like, oh, how I'm looking. But if you're constantly doing that, like with every dress you wear, with every decision you take, or everything that you are doing in your life, then you might need to question yourself. Like in 90% of situation you are doing it. If you are doing once a while, then fine, then that's not your pattern. You are asking it because you are being good friends with someone. So I think mindfulness will help you to differentiate that what is your pattern, and when the things are very generic and they are not happening out of pattern. So that's what I mean when I said mindfulness.
Yeah, very nice, very good. People, um, yeah, no, that's very good. I feel it's a big word because we can separate the words, and it's gonna be mind and then full, and then we are full, mind of mindful, right? And then it's like you have so much in your mind that you need to decompress, and yeah, becoming aware, 100%, 100%. That's what we want to be, and you know, it's about the worth, right? So the worthiness is really happening at the freaking very ages of our life. And I want us to imagine right now. You can imagine when you are a child, you are getting the lollipop, the favorite kitten, or maybe the dog, or maybe you're getting your toy. No one, no one is kind of asking you how worthy you've been. But sometimes our brain can create something like, they gave me this, so I need to give them something back. And it's becoming like a reflection. Like they gave it to me, I need to give something back because I don't feel worthy. And it's the whole story going behind it, and it's creating the whole picture, right? And you don't need to give anything back. You're worthy of it. That's why you're getting it. You're deserving this lollipop or this toy with no matter what, right? But you have to experience, because we as a people we're gonna have different experiences. Maybe you have another example what you can give us here that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I was also this person who was not in feminine energy. I was never a good receiver. So whenever someone used to give me something, I was having this habit of what exactly you said, that I have to give back, I have to give back because that person has given me something, so I have to give back. So that's also like when you start coming in touch with your personal feminine women energy, you start to understand that your existence is worthy enough. Like your existence is, your being is a blessing. So then you become a good receiver. Whenever someone gives you something, you're like, okay, give me, I'm okay in receiving. But then at the same time you give too, but not with the energy, not with the energy that I'm not worthy enough, that's why I'm giving you back. I'm a nurturer so that I can give you back. I mean, with the feminine nurturing, those caring vibe energy, not with the word unworthiness energy, or that you don't deserve love or you don't deserve gifts or whatever. So yeah, that's what I feel.
Hmm. Yeah. um it's a process because you can get in a speed time with the worthiness if you're only gonna decide to do something with yourself, and maybe to seek for the support, maybe to start the divine mirror method what we just showed you today, or maybe matching the shoes to the right boxes, or starting the gratitude, anything what you want to do here, that is gonna help you on that journey, because both of us, Stuti and me and we are both Reiki practitioners, and we said we know how much energy is in there. We know that they need to the energy has to move through you. Something has to change, and it needs to heal, and it's taking time. Um, because you need to freaking time travel to do this stuff. The one of the techniques that I use as well, and so many of you know this, that I use the time travel technique. So we are choosing the timeline that you want to be. We are quantum leap you, quantum jump you from that timeline. But sometimes it's so good for us to go on the timeline and release the big five emotions what we have: the guilt, the shame, the fear, the sadness, the anger, and they have to be done in a specific way. We know that we can go to the generations back, even to the womb, right? And then you can travel all the way through there, wherever you will be able to feel it. So it's all possible to you to for you to do it, and we are no different than any other person. That we've got the tool. Oh shit, we've got the tools. We've got the tools to help you. You know. So I would say that doing something today for you guys, start acknowledging this. Start acknowledge what is happening around you. Can you name the emotions, or maybe not? And one thing will change for you. Take it one thing from here today. Only one. You don't have to have four of them. Take one and reclaim your worthiness. Reclaim that. Um, you know, celebrate yourself, because that's worthiness as well. Celebrate yourself. Practice that self-love with you. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself, even if you're not doing anything and you are like, I really want to have a makeup on, and I want to have a makeup on, and I want to clean in the house, and I want to feel pretty, and that's what I'm gonna wear. Freaking wear it. Like, no one said to you that you can't have a makeup on and be dressed and cook dinner for yourself. This is self-compassion. This is what you want to do. This is how worthy you feel for yourself to do that. Celebrating the small wins, that's a big one, you know. um yeah, you can, you know, you can get yourself a dinner, or you can get yourself even a flowers, or you can get yourself a candle or a scent, or a stick, for example, with a lovely smell, if that's what you like. But it can be something simple, like prepare yourself a bath.
Yeah, right. So true. And that's one of the points which I've written in my notes, and we forget to talk about it. This is the same. Engage in self-care. Engage. That's what you already explained it so beautifully. That maybe do a bubble bath, or burn a candle, or clean your house. It like that's again part of being your being with your in touch with your feminine. I think that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thanks for adding that. I completely missed to say that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's 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 important. You know, I have so many stories for you to talk to you about my healing process with worthiness. Um, you know, till today, sometimes I'm like, I have to click myself on certain things that actually I'm so worthy. This is my daily reminder, guys. Like, you know, I overcome the feelings of unworthiness and who I am to talk and all this talk, you know, and and it's healing. It's healing, but I think because it's healing, it's having such a beautiful effect on the outside world, where I'm full in my confidence, where I feel where I'm here to deliver for you, because that's how much worthy I feel to come and share with you my knowledge, be that next life for you. So, you know, it was a lot of self doubt failure, struggling, and it was a lot of that. And you know my story from the previous episode when I said to you my limiting beliefs, what was happening in there. That was crazy stuff. And it's taking steps. But one thing that I'm going to say to you and ask yourself this, journal about it. What you're proud of today? What did you accomplish? Don't focus on the things that you didn't accomplish or they're your goals, but more look what and how far you overcame and what is happening for you. How many beautiful things already experienced, and how many people is on its way to you. Again, tapping to the gratitude, coming back to the one, coming back to that frequency, to that love and light and joy and the highest frequency that they are here for you, that you can tap every single day.
So true. So true. That is so true and amazingly summarized and said. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna just say here that you to start this journey, we said about the healing, and we said what to do after when this transition is in motion. But I want you as well to first see and identify what limiting belief is ready for you to release. One thing that you want to let go of, and you're like, you know what, Vera? I'm so freaking done with this belief. It was keeping me so small for so many years that I'm done. I'm done to thinking that it's not enough to come around. I'm done to sitting down and just watching the TV and doing nothing. I'm down. I'm done with thinking that I can't quit smoking. Anything that is you have a belief that is limiting you, that is ready to release. And celebrate yourself this week. One thing that you feel worthy of. Can be a cake, can be a bath, but put an intention behind it. And we know that 2025, we are being very intentional with ourselves. So put that intention for yourself. If it's the intention, I intend to release any limiting beliefs that they are not longer serving me, or I intend to have this beautiful, amazing hot bath with this beautiful smelling bubble bath for my beautiful, amazing goddess body, and celebrate yourself on that worthiness. Can you feel the difference of this bath with these bubbles? Right? It feels them.
Yes, yes. That can be felt right away, even while you are speaking. So I can completely, I can resonate to you on that level where it's coming from, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So do that, and yeah, journal on that, and see how it's going. I just want to say this, that worthiness isn't something to be earned. The worthiness, as I said to you at the beginning, is already within you. It might got a little bit down with the numbers if your worthiness is 1,000, for example. If it's on 20 or if it's on 30, it's okay, but that's showing you that it's there. That's showing you that it's a space for progress. And you see, your worth is not defined by your achievements or others' opinions. They are not. Because no one is going to tell you what you can do and what you can't. It's the same if you want to buy this dress, you're going to buy this dress without the validation from your friend, right? Because if you feel like it, you're going to get it. Because you are enough just how you are.
So good. That's amazing. You are good. So this was on point. The last line was on point.
Thank you. And you know what, guys? I just wanted the one that people that they are new here. I would love to invite you to get yourself a free meditation activation, what I've made for you, the Ho'oponopono, which is the forgiveness practice. It's coming along with the workbook for you, so you can really dig in there. And then I would say the next step after the Ho'oponopono, I will guide you to limiting beliefs meditation, unlocking the limiting beliefs that you might hold any, and just putting this beautiful gold energy through it. I mean, you need to experience that study. If you didn't have my meditations yet, it's proper gold. So I invite you for that. And yeah, thank you so much for today.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm more grateful. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks. Like it was such a vibrating, with good energy session, kind of that for me right now.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. Where we can find you, where people can find you.
With the same name on Instagram, YouTube, you can find me with the same name on any platform you want to search. So I'm available on every platform with the similar name, which is coming right here. Stuti Gogia. Yeah.
Stuti Gogia. Okay, we're gonna guys put
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, on fire.